What is going on, everybody? Voidlego here, back for a brand new episode of Higurashi When They Cry. Last time we were on, we broke into the storeroom to find the ritual tools that Himizawa has used over the years, and we found out quite a bit, such as the ritual tools are more like torture devices. So, yeah, let's just get right on to it. Oh, did we get any new tips last time? We did. Okay, good thing I checked this. Yeah, because last time I remember we ran out of time. Wanagagashi. The rite of Wanagagashi is performed during a village festival every June, even now, but reading back to its origin turns up a seriously Saigon ceremony. Originally, Wanagagashi would happen at certain intervals. After receiving Oshiro-sama's trust, they choose a sacrifice. Then, the entire village would kidnap, demon away, the person and ceremoniously dissect and devour them in the feast. The rules that determine the intervals are shrouded in mystery. This is because the ceremony is carried extremely irregularly. There's a theory that was determined based on astrological fortune-telling, but it isn't too convincing. The residents of ancient Onagafuchi village firmly believed that they were half man, half demon transcendents, and that they were more valuable than humans were, and they forced people within and without to accept that. Perhaps the act of kidnapping and eating people was done to prove that they were higher up on the food chain. This is just a hypothesis, but maybe the rite of Wanagagashi was a political event for the purpose of being an outlet, or outright diverting the attention of, the villagers of the isolated Onakafuchi village, in case any of their complaints or dissatisfactions grew serious. If that was the main reason these ceremonies were held, then it's easy to explain how erratic they were. Interesting theory. I guess to do this, to make sure, like, you know what, let's have a Wanagagashi right now. You know, a lot more people have been complaining. So I go, alright. The alleged importance of the implements. I can't find anything that gives a concrete description on what the ritual implements were like. They were, however, real, and there definitely existed a multitude of different kinds. One source states that the implements used in the Wanagagashi rite alone numbered 200. The obvious question, then, is why they required such a myriad of them. The rite of the Wanagagashi was to kidnap people, throw the demon in a way, dissect them, and eat them. I believe the tools were for dissection and restraining, but 200 of them is far too many. Generally, tools evolve in such a way as to reach a solution for a certain problem. Once you've reached the ultimate goal, that is, attained a certain level of efficiency, the tool's evolution normally stops there. Regardless, why would they have created so many different kinds? One of the cultural elements responsible for diversification over time is that of entertainment. Tools used for entertainment would evolve over time and branch out. Unlike normal tools, reaching the ultimate goal would be more of a dead end, and in searching for the next goal, they would split into many different subtypes. So then perhaps it's not a stretch to suggest that these 200 plus implements had some entertainment value. This is just a hypothesis, of course, but maybe the human dissection process was viewed as a type of entertainment. The three families of old would develop one new implement, dissection tool, after another, and each was varied, novel, and attracted spectators to keep them from growing bored. It's not unimaginable. All of them have to be enshrined within that storehouse. There isn't much longer until the night of Wanagagashi. Though its original intent has been lost, I will reveal the secrets of the tradition ceremonial night within the ritual storehouse. I can't restrain my excitement. Wanagagashi cannot come soon enough. Well, let's see if you turn up dead. Whatever your name was. It's always her name I forget. Like, I remember Tomoniki, but I can never remember her name. It's such a forgettable name. After the festival. Congratulations, guys. Nobody died. I think. Late that night, tensions in the police station were strained. In the silence, many of the staff members' eyes shifted back and forth between the clock and their telephones, counting the seconds in that stifled atmosphere. Kumegaya-kun burst in with a young guy trailing behind him.
Oi-san! こっちは検視入りました。じいさまもさっき到着です。
Shit.
俺もスタンバイ OK しました。このまま焼死の現場へ直行します。
burned body.
クマちゃん、ちょっと話がややこしくなりました。向こうは身元の判別が非常に困難な状態だそうです。
It's a burned body?
まさか4年前のあれっすか？
いいえ。こんがりといい感じだそうで。
Shit. He spoke in his sportive tones, but the meaning behind his words was heavy. The staff gave a corrective sigh.
頭のてっぺんから丸々？
バッチリ黒焦げだそうで、あっちの現場かわいそうだな。
Cooked, with no possessions. Then discarded outside the prefecture. At worst, it would have taken a week for the body to be identified. The fact that they sniffed it out tonight was huge.
今、小宮山君たちが沖宮の歯科医を根こそぎ野襲してます。カルテで歯型照合するしかないでしょう。
So this time, instead of a whipped out throat, it's a completely burned body.
ごめん。誰かきつめのタバコ2箱ぐらい買ってきてくれません？
The young guy answered in the formation and darted out into the hallway.
今年は見事見つけましたね。ひょっとすると過去の失踪者もこんな感じで県外で殺されてたんすかね。
Could be Tomiki, still. But why would they change up the murder if it was Tomiki again?
なら埋めればいいじゃないですか。重りつけて日本海でも琵琶湖でもいいですね。
でもどうして一人死んで一人消えるのがこれまでのパターンじゃないですか。
クマちゃん、仏は拘束なしでドラム缶の中でこんがりでしょ。
Inside of
多分
oil drum.
締められた後にわざわざ焼いたんじゃないかと思うんですよ。
Jeez.
見つかることを覚悟の上でです。
じゃあつまり今年は消す気は初めからなかったってことっすか？
消す気がないってよりは、これはそれとは全く別のものでしょうね。消すどころか主張しているようにすら感じられますよ。
つまり見せしめの意味があるってことっすか？
He folded his arms and heaved a long and heavy sigh.
それをしないでやってくれりゃその線もあるんですがね。こんな遠くまで運んで焼いちゃったら下手したら分かんないでしょう。見せしめにするならひなみ沢の近くでやるべきなんですよ。
Yeah, if they took it out of the prefecture.
殺したことを主張したいのに、場所は演出効果の確実じゃない遠方。主張したいのか隠したいのか。今年は何考えてるのかな、お社様は。
A telephone ring cut through the heavy silence. The staff member nearby snatched up the receiver.
おいさん、小宮山さんです。出ました。沖宮のデンタルクリニックで3年前に親知らずの治療をしてます。
Who?
カルテは？
レントゲン付きでバッチリと。
Okay.
いやー、こんな明け方前に歯医者さんには申し訳ないな。クマちゃん、小宮山君からカルテ受け取ったらすぐに出発してください。
了解っす。あ、課長です。夜分お疲れ様です。
大石さん、遅くなって申し訳ない。状況は？
やっと面白くなってきたってとこですかね。
わお
And so she for you. He may be a cat that breaks the rules, but goddamn does he love his job. Coming this summer, Oshi-san, detective at law. Alright, let's find out who the hell it was. I let out a great big yawn. It was like morning at live just as I got to sleep. Man, today is so boring. It's like nobody got killed or anything. As mom set up breakfast, she gave me a pained smile.
どうしたのケイチ。昨べは何時に寝たの
12時には寝たつもりだけど、昨日はなんだか寝つきが悪くてさ。
Had a couple nightmares.
お祭りではしゃぎすぎて興奮して眠れなかったんでしょ。
違うよ。
I crunched down hard in the pickled radish to hide my embarrassment. After all that happened yesterday in our discussion about the sound Shion heard. Oh yeah, that sound. That banging noise like a child far away jumping up and down on the wooden floor. I want to say that noise is someone is trapped within the storehouse. Kept there for some reason. The story wouldn't get out of my head, so I had trouble sleeping. It was a long night, and I kept jumping at the slight sounds of faraway tree branches, which should have been either unhearable or too insignificant to notice. When I woke up to the morning sunlight and birds chirping, it made me feel pretty ashamed about it, but I felt far from refreshed this morning.
ケイチくん、おはよう。あれ？ケイチくん目が真っ赤だよ。どうしてだろう、太郎。
おはよう。どういうわけか寝つきが悪くてな。そんなわけで今日は寝不足だ。
昨日のお祭りは楽しかったね。レナも興奮がなかなか冷めなくてなかなか寝れなかったんだよ。
In Wena's case, her excitement seemed to still be wide awake.
こういうお祭りが何度もあればいいのにね。
I don't think so.
またみんなで大盛り上がり。はう。
まあ、そうだな。
Wena talking about the festival yesterday made me remember everything I had nearly forgotten from last night. The inside of the ritual storehouse had been so utterly different from the relaxed, bright, everyday life of Himizawa. All those stories that Takano-san told me too. The mysterious incidents that occurred on the day of the Wanakagashi festival every year. The strange incidents where one person would die and one would disappear. The old stories of Himizawa flickering like a candle behind them. The numerous and horrifying traditions of Onagafuchi village. The villagers with demon blood in them. The terrible cannibalistic feast. The poor sacrifices kidnapped from human villages, victims of the Onagagushi. To quell the rage of Oshiro-sama, the ritual involving living sacrifices. There were also many, many others. There were so many stories that just remembering them put me in a foul mood. Also, Takano also mentioned the canned flesh incident of World War II, which I was very curious about. Most of them weren't fiction either. They were true. We didn't need to fear them just because they were real, though, since it all happened so long ago. Such a very long time ago. Paris is scary.
みーちゃん遅いね。
Before I realized it, we arrived at the place where we usually meet with Mion. Probably because I was so lost in thought.
この時間になっても来ないときは先に行ってもいい約束になってるんだけど。どうする？
Mion being late wasn't too rare an occurrence, but today she was unusually late. Few of the ominous tales from the night before came back to life in my mind again. Who would die this year, and who would disappear? It couldn't have been Mion?
どうするかな、ケイチくん。もう行かないと遅刻になっちゃうかも。
来るよ。学校休むって電話があったわけじゃないだろ。もう5分待ってみようぜ。な。
When I looked at her watch, it seemed a little worried, but then she nodded with a satisfied smile. If we had to wait 5 minutes, we have to run as fast as we could to school or we'd be late. As soon as I thought that, we spotted Mion running towards us out of breath.
みーちゃん
Sorry, guys. I was too busy burning a body with my family.
遅い遅い。
待っててくれたわけ？先に行っちゃってもよかったのに。
Mion was breathing heavily and her face was all red. Your house was right down this road, wasn't it? Wasn't far enough away for her to end up like this, was it?
みーちゃん、ひょっとして具合悪くない？
Huh? Now that you mentioned it, Linda pushed Mion's bangs away and put her hand in her forehead. To her forehead.
レナの手冷たいな。
みーちゃん、ちょっとだけど熱あるよ。
そんな大したことないよ。半日もすればケロッと治っちゃうって。
本当に大丈夫かよ。あんまり無理するなよ。
あれ、ケイちゃん気遣ってくれるの？嬉しいな。
That answer wasn't like Mion at all. She must have had pretty bad.
無理しない方がいいと思うな。先生にはお休みだって伝えとくよ。
大丈夫大丈夫。風邪薬も飲んだし、すぐに効いてくると思うから。
Mion forced an energetic expression onto her face and flexed her biceps at us.
じゃあ行こうか。くれぐれも無理するなよって言いながら
Is this Shion?
時間。
走らないと間に合わない。
スリリングな朝になっちゃったね。鈍った体にはちょうどいいカツかもね。走ろう。
Hey, wait, you're sick! Don't go overboard! Mion began to run vigorously anyway.
みーちゃんだって最上級生だよ。自分の体のことは自分で一番よくわかってるよ。
We decided to leave it at that and assume she was fine.
よし、俺たちも行こうぜ。
Let's go! We began to run after Mion. The school looked the same as always. Maybe Mion is dead and Shion is in her place. I don't know why, but it's a theory. The hours passed with Susui. My whack and sweep took its toll. If there was a sport where people competed by sweeping, I'd be the world champion right now. The trick to overcoming this sort of dangerous situation was to hold your pencil upside down. Why, you ask? So you don't draw strange patterns all over your notes while half asleep. If you were holding your pencil upside down, that wouldn't happen, would it? Bump, bump, bump. Bump, bump, bump. Something that felt like an eraser hit me in the head 6 times.
あ、いてててて、何しやがるサトコ。
私は何もしてないでございますわ。
お前以外にこんないたずら誰がするんだよ。あ、消しゴムじゃなくてチョークか。え？
Was it the teacher? Behind me, like a female Outlaw might hold lasers, was the teacher's shadow, holding 3 pieces of chalk in each hand. Wumble wumble.
前原くん、お顔を洗ってらっしゃい。
はい。喜んで。
That alone was enough to wake me up, but I flew out into a hallway as if shoved out by the pressure exuded by the teacher's sheer power. That damn... What type of curry does he eat, man? What type... Kind, whatever. If I was going to wash my face anyway, then I would rather use the sinks out front rather than ones in the dark restroom. Thinking that, I left the hallway and went to the entrance. The sunlight was strong. So strong you wouldn't think it was June. Turned the faucet, and with a lifeless bubbling noise, lukewarm water came pouring out. If I wetted one for a few minutes, would it get cold? I looked at it absent-mindedly for a little while.
やっぱケイちゃんはこっちの流しを選んだか。表の方が気分いいもんね。
あ、ミヨンか。授業サボるなよな。
I stuck my hands into the water to find it had gotten so cold that it seemed strange it had ever been warm. Scooped it up and splashed it against my face. Once I was done, I moved out of the way and Mion did the same.
ミヨン、具合の方はいいのかよ。眠いのは寝不足じゃなくて薬の副作用なんだろ。
実は内緒なんだけど、昨日はお祭りの後で親族の宴会に巻き込まれちゃってさ。
He got totally crazy. We started burning bodies in oil drums.
それで 実はエンドレスに突入しちゃって。
A bit. She made a gesture like she was tilting a cup into her mouth. Which means you didn't have a cold or anything, you just had a hangover.
本当に寝不足なのかよ。徹夜明けならそうと言え、紛らわしい。
勘弁してよ。体調が悪いのは本当なんだからさ。
I suppose she'd be feeling lousy either way. Still, only treat colds and hangovers in completely different ways.
心配して損したぞ。たく、ミオンらしいというかなんというか。
Mion scratched her head, a little embarrassed. She didn't seem to be feeling well, but now that I knew it was a hangover, I didn't need to worry too much. It would go away with time after all. Just get a Bloody Mary.
あ、でも頭がガンガンするのは本当。だからさ、さっき先生に早退していいって言われちゃった。
あ、ずるいやつ。じゃあミオンはもうこれで帰りなのか？
Oh, I looked again. Mion had her bag with her. She must have been on her way home.
申し訳ないけどね。今日は家でおとなしく寝させてもらうわ。部活できなくて申し訳ないね。今日はケイちゃんがリーダーってことでやってくれない？
多分無理だと思うぜ。俺たち部活は全員揃った時しかやらないっていう暗黙の了解があるだろう。ミオンがバイトに行ってる時はいつもそのままお開きだったんだぜ。
Uh-huh. Mion laughed weirdly, saying we didn't need to worry about her. Wonder how much fun we have, though. I think that feeling guilty about friends who can't share in it is a sign of a really fantastic friendship. In that sense, the club Mion has created is a wonderful thing. So I thought about it, I'm not sure my washed face dried up. Suppose we were talking too much. If I didn't get back to the classroom soon, I could get in trouble.
じゃあな。俺は教室に戻るぜ。帰りは気をつけろよ。ふらふらして側溝や用水路に落ちるなよ。
I left it at that, turned around, and started heading back to the classroom.
あ、そうそう、ケイちゃん。
Mion stopped me and turned my head to listen.
なんだ？
変なこと聞くけど、深く考えないで答えてね。
それは内容によりけりだな。
I want to think very hard about it.
昨日の綿流しの晩さ、富武さんと高野さんに会わなかった？
I suddenly tensed up.
富武さんと高野さんはわかるよね。ほらケイちゃん、お祭りの前日準備の時、シオンと一緒に4人でお話ししてたでしょ？
Uh-huh. If I could, I wanted to forget about sinking into the storehouse that night as soon as possible. So hearing the names of the people I was with at the time really got to me. Besides that, though, why was Mion asking me a question like that? I ended up staring at her, unable to answer immediately. Was she asking to see if I had seen them or not, or was she asking the question knowing that I had? I couldn't tell.
さあ、どうかな。会ったような、会わなかったような。
My vague response was clearly not to Mion's liking. What an answer was she expecting from me? There was no way for me to know.
そう。じゃあもう一つ質問ね。同じく夕べ、シオンに会わなかった？
My heart wept in my throat again. The tiny needles buried underneath Mion's words pricked into me.
それ、昨日も聞いたよな。俺、会ったかどうかわからないって答えたと思ったぜ。
ん？そうだっけ？
What?
また改めて聞いたら違う答えが返ってくるかなって思ってさ。
Oh, fuck. I suddenly noticed something in Mion's eyes. Something indescribable. Oh, fuck. Tomoniki-san and Takano-san. Shion, too. She was asking me about them. There was no doubt about it. Last night, the four of us sneaked into the ritual storehouse. She knew everything. So what? It's not really a curse anyway. That's right. Even Shion Takano-san said yesterday during the festival that there was no curse. And that rather than a curse, it was the doing of the villagers. My blood curdled. Mion was, almost without a doubt, aware that we snuck into the storehouse. It was nothing strange. I screwed up bad flipping on the light switch last night. If Mion had been searching for me, it was simple to imagine that she had seen that momentary light and come to find out what was going on.
本当に会ってないんだね。
どうして会ったかどうかをそんなに気にするんだよ。
大したことじゃないの。富武さんと高野さんとシオンとケイちゃんをね、悪く言ってる人たちがいるの。
Oh, fuck.
何が悪いんだかはよく聞いてないんだけどね。
Unpleasant sweat dripped down my arms, and the sound of it hanging from my fingertips was so annoyingly loud.
私、ケイちゃんが悪いことをするなんて信じてないから。でも、ちょっとだけ聞いてみたかったから聞いてみたの。不愉快な思いをさせてごめんね。
I found myself unable to reply. My reaction must have made it obvious what the truth was, and yet I couldn't explain myself.
ケイちゃんは富武さんとも高野さんとも、そしてシオンとも一緒じゃなかった。そうだよね。
ああ。
I finally wrung out an answer between ragged bluffs. Mion's expression softened a little.
よかった。私言っとくね。ケイちゃんは何にも悪いことには加わってないって。みんなにちゃんと言っておくからね。
Yeah, please do. Tell them I wasn't doing anything bad. To everyone, make sure. Everyone. Who's everyone?
じゃあね。明日は元気になってるから。バイバイ。
Well, that was something. Wait, Mion, what do you mean by everyone? Just then, a freezing cold hand touched the back of my neck.
こら、遅いですよ前原くん。顔を洗うだけなのに時間がかかりすぎです。
It was a teacher. It was taking so long she came out to get me.
あ、すみません。ついミオンとおしゃべりを。
I turned around, but Mion had crossed through the schoolyard without me realizing it, and I was standing at the gate.
さあ、お勉強に戻りますよ。早く早く。
The teacher was being insistent. We turned to the entrance. I looked back one more time, and Mion was nowhere in sight. Shit. That's not good.
ケイチ、今日はずっと元気がないのです。
They all know.
昨日大はしゃぎしすぎたからに違いありませんわ。
迷子になって目を真っ赤にさせて半泣きしてたやつに言われたくねえ。
ゆうべのさとこちゃん、可愛かったよ。はう。
My friends did their best to try and cheer me up, but it didn't widen my mood. Was it far worse than I thought? Had I really done something that terrible last night? These thoughts remained with me for the rest of the day. And people notice, people know somehow.
じゃあね、ケイチくん。また明日ね。
By the time I realized it, I was in front of my own house.
みーちゃんも風邪だったみたいだけど、ひょっとしてケイチくんもなのかな
え、大丈夫だよ。こう見えても風邪で休んだことはないんだぜ。
でも、みーちゃんもケイチくんも今日は具合が悪そうだし。
気にしてくれてありがとな。大丈夫。バカは風邪ひかないんだぜ。
Rena smiled, then waved to me and left. Ugh. With my shoulders wobbling up and down from breathing heavily, I entered the house. As soon as I got back in, Mom called out to me.
何？
ケイチ、悪いんだけど図書館に行って本を返してきてくれない？
めんどくさいな。
お父さんもお母さんも今ね、ちょっと電話待ちをしてるところで家を開けられないの。返却期限も今日までだし、お願いできない？
Finally returned the damn book. Sheesh. Did it have to do with Dad's job? The point in arguing if that bring that
仕
up.
方ないな。でも俺図書館がどこにあるか知らないよ。
Yeah, I didn't even know there was a library in this
あ
damn
ら
town.
知らないの？沖宮の駅前をちょっと進んで。
Just then the phone rang. Parents' faces immediately turned grim. Mom snatched up the receiver.
もしもし、前原です。はいはい、おりますけど。
Didn't she fuss the receiver at my face?
圭一に電話よ。早めに終わらせてね。
I tried to ask who it was from, but asking the person on the phone directly would be faster.
もしもし。
園崎の妹の方です。こんにちは。
Oh, Shion.
今はお時間大丈夫ですか？
It was Shion. The older sister had a hangover today, but the younger one made no reference to it.
シオンか。ミオンと同じで今日は徹夜明けで寝込んでるんじゃないかと思ったぜ。
え？それじゃあおね、今日はずる休みですか？おねらしい。
She laughed warmly, but Mom glared at me, suddenly telling me to finish up.
ごめんな。ちょっと親が電話待ちをしてるんでそんなに長話はできないんだ。何の用だ？
お話ししたいことがあったんですけど、長電話が無理じゃ仕方ないですね。
She sounded a little disappointed. What would Shion want to talk to me about? No one was interested.
じゃあさ、会って話をしないか。ついでに図書館にも案内してもらえるとありがたい。
図書館って駅前の私立図書館ですか？別にいいですよ。バイトのついでってことで。
じゃあいつもミオンと待ち合わせてる場所わかるか？園崎家の小道に分かれる分岐の。
あ、ケイちゃん言ってませんでしたっけ？私本家じゃなくて沖宮の家に住んでるんですよ。
Yeah, she was.
だから待ち合わせ場所は沖宮駅の改札前なんかにしてくれた方が嬉しいんですけど。
Main house? Moving to Okayama? Now that you mention it, it always seemed like the Sonozaki sisters weren't communicating. Did they live in different houses? Also, now that you mention it, Wenda said she never met the younger sister despite going over to play sometimes.
じゃあ駅に集合な。すぐに行くよ。じゃあ。
I set the receiver down and Mion immediately thrust a large pile of library books in my face. 6 volumes of long-form mystery novels. Mom had her own hobbies.
圭一、よろしく。お夕飯までには帰るのよ。
じゃあ行ってくれよ。
God damn it, all these novels are just Nancy Drew. I suppose I changed my clothes and grabbed my bike key. I climbed the stairs to my bedroom. Was Nancy Drew over her book series? I think it was. She had been waiting for me already, so meeting up was a smooth process.
ミオンと違ってシオンは待ち合わせ時間を守るな。しみじみ。
おねを標準にされるといろいろと困ります。
John seemed a little unsteady too. She was drinking with me on last night, wasn't she?
お前も夕べは寝てないんだろ。隠しても無駄だぞ。で、学校を早退したに違いない。
残念でした。私はそもそも今日はずる休みしてますので。
Damn.
私おねより容量いいですから。
Hey, I don't think you can call playing hooky smarter.
じゃあ先に用事を片付けます？時間もそんなにないですから。図書館へ行くんですよね。
ああ、頼むよ。お袋の借りてる本の返却期限が今日までらしいんで。図書館は遠いのか？
すぐ近くですよ。
Let's go into the library. As she said that, we spotted the signboard for the library almost immediately. If it was this easy to find, I guess it didn't Chion show me where it was after all. We rode around a bend and the building was right there. Shikshibone Public Library. Probably butchered that. We lived in the country, so I didn't expect it too much, but it was pretty big. The first floor was actually a government office, so the library was only on the second floor, but it still looked large enough to fit a decent collection of books. We passed through the automatic doors and were greeted by the cool breeze of an air curtain. The cicadas had been loud outside, but it was quiet inside the library. The air conditioning inside was keeping the temperature at an ideal level for the books, which had that mildewy smell unique to old paper.
どこの図書館も似たようなもんだな。
There was one difference, was that people studying for tests weren't taking up all the seats. I was one of those people, but now that seemed like a distant memory.
すみません、返却に来ました。
The librarian went through the process of checking them in and then returned my mom's library card. Shion was going around the bookshelves with a deeply interested look on her face, like she wasn't the type who went to libraries very often.
悪いな、お待たせ。終わったよ。
図書館って涼しくていいところですね。
Yeah, there's something.
私、将来は図書館で働きたいです。
Yeah, it would be a cool place to work at.
地味というか堅実というか、姉と比べると随分とささやかな希望だな。
Yeah, I would definitely want to be a hard-working employee for an international trading company or some other crazy job that involved her winning all around the world. Compared to that, what Shion said is pretty heartwarming.
まあ、互いの持ち味を大切にしたいですよね。私たち分身じゃなくてシオンとミオンというちゃんとした個人なんですから。
双子は双子なりにいろいろと考えてるんだな。でも楽しそうだよな。俺には兄弟はいないから、うちには俺以外は親しかいない。
If they're twins, why do they live in separate houses? If they were born to, like, from the same mother, obviously. Why the hell would they be in two different houses? Maybe different... No, twins are usually the same father as well. So why the hell would they be in two different houses, then? I just thought of that right now. Never even, like, thought of it.
窮屈なもんだよ。
私だってそうです。お姉とは一緒に住んでるわけじゃないですから。
Oh, right. She said something like that, didn't she? Why, though? Sisters living apart is unusual. We were getting tired of talking while we were walking, and we walked into the police station. We ended up going to the lounge area, which was vacant, and continuing the conversation.
え？お姉は本家に、私は沖宮の家に住んでるんです。
It's weird to call it the main house.
本家ってなんだ？
Yeah.
随分と立派な響きがあるけどな。
本家は本家です。園崎家の本家。
It's where all the crazy shit goes down.
お姉は跡取りだから、バッチャと一緒に住んで、いろいろと当主としての修行をさせられてるみたいです。
Mion's the heir? Mion, the head of the family? Kind of fit of her personality, but kind of didn't too.
ケイちゃんは引っ越してきたばかりでしたよね。自分で言うのもなんですけど、園崎家ってここいらじゃ結構名士なんですよ。
Yeah.
え、本当かよ。
The word I have never seen this word in my entire life. The word personage didn't really match the extremely sociable air that Mion and Chion gave off. From what Chion explained, the Zonozaki family goes way back to the beginnings of Himizawa. After the war, they had a bunch of successful ventures and extended their influence to a wide area.
園崎家はですね、親族全体で助け合う土壌があるんです。今の当主のバッチャが築き上げたんですけどね。
The entire family would provide backup to help one relative with a business venture. They were like a huge living company. This let them avoid tax-related problems and help relatives' ventures succeed, winter and after, using large amounts of money.
沖宮の街を歩くことがあったら、看板とかを意識してみてください。
You have one hell of a business family.
園崎の親族が経営しているお店ってとても多いんですよ。
言われてみれば、
So they're always watching.
例のおもちゃ屋も親類の人が経営してるみたいだったな。そういえばエンジェルモートも親類の人が経営してるんじゃないのか？
Even what few shops I was familiar with were involved with the Suzaki family. It's definitely surprising.
特に金融不動産関係は強いですね。あと商工会議所の役員も 何割かは園崎姓かその親類がついてます。沖宮一帯を評伝に市議会議員と県議会議員にも園崎がいますし。
Man, they have fingers in every pie, huh?
ちょっと待て。なんだかすごい話になってきたぞ。
Their relatives operate shops in downtown Okayama, and they're especially strong in finance and real estate. Top of that, a lot of those in the Chamber of Commerce and Industry are relatives. There are even people elected to local offices.
ひょっとして園崎家ってこの辺り一帯じゃすごいんじゃ。
Yeah, you could do that.
ねえ、
Holy shit, it is the fucking police station.
すごいんです。
All of a sudden, a cigarette-smoking, overweight old man interrupted our conversation. Wait, I know this guy.
どうも、こんにちは。今日はデートですかな？羨ましいですね。
そうだと思ったら邪魔しないでほしかったですね。大石さん。
That was it. He was Oshi-san, police officer. Finally, it was this person who came to my rescue when I got involved with those delinquents before. Now that I thought about it, Mion didn't seem to like him very much.
いえいえ、すみません。
Oh yeah, it was Mion who dressed up as Shion that day. Okay, yeah, that was it.
知ってる声が聞こえてきたのでついつい。
Oshi-san laughed coarsely, not showing any signs of giving up. Shion watched him do so. I didn't feel the same sense of malice from her as I had from Mion.
前原さんでしたよね。あなたもタフな人ですね。園崎姉妹を二股かけるなんて。
いや、そんな二股だなんて。
I turned around to look at Shion and plead for help, but she grinned and maintained her silence. Her gaze wandered. She looked at the clock.
ごめんなさい、ケイちゃん。私もうバイトの時間なんです。
そうなのか？
Wait, didn't Shion have something to talk about today? Not that this weird man is here, though.
また今度。あ、バイトが終わったら電話します。夜なら電話大丈夫ですよね。
ああ、大丈夫だと思う。
じゃあ今夜電話しますので、その時に。じゃ。
She kind of left so fast she was practically running. Oshi-san was waving at me with a grin. Felt like I'd been left here as bait so she could get away. Maybe she was lying about having to go to work.
園崎のご令嬢とこれだけ親しくできるなんて、前原さんもなかなかの大物ですね。私も口の利き方を改めた方がいいかもしれません。
Oshi-san put a coin in a vending machine as he said something a bit appalling.
アイスティーでいいですか？ミルクは入れます？
いえ。
じゃあ入れますよ。はい、どうぞ。
He handed me a cup of tea, filled it to the brim with ice, as I looked on it absent-mindedly. I don't think I'm obligated to have a guy like this buy me a drink, but he did get it for me, so I'll thank him. Was Oshi-san just killing time? We didn't know each other well, but he still engaged me in conversation about all sorts of dumb things. When I thought back to how I talked with Shion, this seemed like a total disaster.
前原さんは園崎さんのことをどれくらいご存知で？
さっき聞いた以上のことは何も。
Until then, I hadn't known anything about either Mion or Shion other than the fact that they were interesting. I really did only just learn that she was the daughter of some prestigious family.
園崎家はこの地域一帯を牛耳ってる暴力団です。
That's one way to put it.
ちなみに彼女のお父さんは関東でも有名な暴力団グループの大幹部さんです。
Shit.
ご存知でした？
大幹部って。
シオンさんの自宅をご存知ないんですか？高い塀に有刺鉄線と監視カメラで守られた典型的な暴力団の組長宅ですよ。
Shit.
今度ぜひ遊びに行ってみてください。
What are they, like part of the Yakuza? She mentioned Mion being a successor, but to a crime syndicate?
いえいえいえいえ。まさかまさか。
Seriously, you need to get a fucking better poker face, man.
園崎美音さんが継ぐのはそんなちんけな暴力団組織だけじゃありません。
The only thing.
彼女が継ぐのは園崎家そのものですよ。
What?
そのあたりの意味ちょっと噛み締めていただけますかな。
God damn it, what the fuck does that mean? Well, she said had spoken widely about all this from start to finish, but what he was saying wasn't wide in the least. It was abrupt and unbelievable.
ミオンさんがその気になれば往来の真ん中で人殺しをしたってもみ消せちゃうかもしれないんですよ。証人は現れないだろうし警察にだって圧力をかけられますし。
ミオンは人殺しなんかしないぞ。
しませんしません、ものの例えですよ。
She could.
大石さんでしたっけ、名前。
ねえ、そうです。
I mean, yeah, if the Sonozaki family is as powerful as it's been told to us, yeah, they could definitely murder somebody and cover it up. And I was thinking back in the first chapter that the murders were taking place by the Sonozaki family.
大石さん、ミオンの家が何だろうと、ミオンは俺の誇れる最高の友人です。
But same thing, still come at the same conclusion though. The motive. Why the hell would the Sonozaki family murder these random people in some some random village? You know, I guess that's where their main house is. But why would they just kill them? You know.
それをあまりけなすような言い方、好きになれないですね。
But let my quiet anger show through in my gaze as I stared at him. Of course, I should never seem to tell what he's thinking, so I didn't know if it had any effect.
ではザックバランにそのミオンさんにいくつかの事件の嫌疑がかかっているとしたらどう思います？
Suspected incidents? You can't just say terrible stuff like that on a whim.
何かの誤解に決まってるじゃないですか。ミオンは物騒なことを言うやつだけど、そんな悪いことをするようなやつじゃない。
前原さん、お静かにお静かに。ここ図書館ですから。
Oshi-san sushed me, but in a state of heightened excitement as I was, I wouldn't be calm so easily.
落ち着いてください。さっきも申し上げました通り、園崎家はいい意味でも悪い意味でもこの辺り一帯で強い力を持っているんです。ですから、ちょっと何かあるとすぐに疑いがかかってしまう。
I mean, yeah, if they did do the murders, fucking of course they would be suspect number one.
その辺りをご理解いただきたいのですよ。
Well, I know what Oshi-san is trying to say. Combining it with what Shion told me before, the Sonozaki family is huge and controls everything from Hibizawa to Okayama. Mion, meanwhile, is a successor who apparently holds strong influence over the entire family. Still, that's all? That's the only reason they're suspecting her?
ですから、私だって仕事で仕方なくやってるんです。ミオンさんを疑うためでなく、ミオンさんの疑いを晴らすために捜査をしている。そうお考えいただきたいのです。
You could talk a dog out of the meat truck. He was the definition of a shrewd, unfair adult. At this point, I began to think that was no coincidence I met him.
大石さん、ひょっとして俺に用なんですか？
ねえ、そうですよ。前原圭一さん。
He answered in an absent tone of voice.
何かの事件でミオンを疑っていて、その友人の俺に何か聞きに来た。
Who died?
そういうことですか？
いえいえ、違います。私は園崎美音さんの友人と話をしに来たのではなく、前原圭一さんに話をしに来たのです。ご自宅にお伺いしたらご迷惑でしたでしょうからね。
俺に警察が何の用だって言うんですか？
Having realized this fate coincidental meeting had me as its target, my mood immediately turned foul.
そんなに構えなくて大丈夫ですよ。肩を楽にしてちょっと質問に答えてくださるだけでいいんです。
それって職務質問ってやつですか？
In a way.
偶然知り合ったおじさんとの世間話ってことにしましょう。
Oshi-san freely suggested that I relax. That said, behind his eyes was a white, which I could only see sometimes that was sharp as a hawk. If I tried in vain to run away, he might actually take me in and bring me to an interrogation room or something. That was undoubtedly an unpleasant thought.
昨べは綿流しのお祭り盛大で楽しかったですね。
はぐらかさないでください。今さら世間話なんかされても。
昨日の綿流しの晩、富武二郎さんと高野美代さんにお会いしませんでしたか？
Oh shit, did they get murdered? They did get murdered again, didn't they? Gulp. I could pointedly feel myself give a start.
あれ、写真はどこに行っちゃったかな？ああ、あったあった。
Pictures. He opened a small notebook and removed 2 photographs. I didn't have to look.
さあ、どうでしょう。あったような、合わなかったような。
I was asked the same question for the second time today. I gave the same answer for the second time too.
あれ？記憶が曖昧ですか？まさかアルコールが入っててよく覚えてないなんてのはなしにしてくださいよ。
Here too, I got the same answer as I had from Mion. I realized he wasn't talking about my vague reply well. Why is he asking me the same thing Mion did? The dark feelings I had nearly forgotten due to my conversation with Shion came rushing back in a hurry. We snuck into the sacred ritual storehouse, a punishable act. It was on a tiny impulse. While it might not count for much now, I do feel sorry about it.
もう一度お聞きしますよ。
Ah, shit.
ゆうべのお祭りで富武二郎さんと高野美代さんにお会いしませんでしたか？
His tone was soft, but there was a dreadfulness in his voice, cruelly different from the first time he asked. I'm scared. That was exactly how I felt.
繰り返し聞かれても、答えはさっきと同じです。
I don't really remember. There wasn't any better answer I could give him. I didn't have the balls to say I didn't see them, neither the courage to admit I had.
そうですか。改めて聞けば、さっきとは違う答えが返ってくるかなと思いましてね。
I'm too scared to look
で
Oshi-san
は
in the eyes.
質問を変えます。
Whoa, shit.
前原さん、リラックスリラックス。
I'm not relaxed at all. Oshi-san grabbed my shoulders and squeezed them, as if trying to give me a massage. It mostly just hurt, though. Still, why would he ask the same things as Mion? If he's asking the same things, then the question must be...
同じく夕べのお祭りなんですが、
What the
そ
fuck?
の崎しおんさんにお会いしませんでしたか？
What the fuck? Cratter, cratter, cratter. I wondered what that sound was, and when I looked down I saw that it was an unmelted ice and the cup I was gripping in my hands. My hands were trembling, walking the ice back and forth. Realizing that, I hastily put the remaining ice in my mouth and crunched down on it.
すみません。あったかもしれないですけど、ほら、ミオにもそっくりですから。
So, wait, why is he asking for Shion?
ミオンと見間違えてるかも。
そんなわけはないでしょう。
Suddenly, Oshi-san grabbed both my shoulders and hunched down to give me a level stare. This must be what it's like to be a deer in the headlights. I want to look away, but I can't. This is the first time I've experienced such a piercing stare.
ミオンさんもシオンさんも服装は全然違うんですから。そう簡単に見間違えるはずはありませんよ。前原さん。
His voice was harsh, the same as when Mion said it. I could feel my heartbeat quickening. When I realized he could feel it through the hands on my shoulders, I got even more scared. Why? Why were Mion and Oshi-san both asking about last night? Was sneaking into that storehouse so bad? Ugh. Shouldn't have let Takano-san talk me into it. Tomoaki-san casually said to check it out too, so even Shion, if she hadn't encouraged me... No, I understood. I was the one most at fault here. I shouldn't have let my curiosity get the better of me. I shouldn't have gone into the forbidden storehouse. Oh, shit.
ホタルの光っす。
A young man wearing a suit came into the lounge. From the way he held himself, I knew immediately that he was Oshi-san's subordinate.
ん？あれは本当だ。もう閉館なんですね。
I hadn't realized until he said something. The jingle announcement telling patrons the library closed had started playing without me realizing it. I was so irritated, so overwhelmed that I couldn't even hear it.
じゃあ前原君、もうこんな時間なんで私たちは失礼させてもらいます。このお話はもっと時間のある時にのんびりといたしましょう。
What the hell is going on? This isn't a joke. If I never saw him again, it would be too soon. Oshi-san followed his subordinate and left the lounge behind him. However, he spun back around.
そうそう前原さん。
何ですか？
What about the photos?
さっきさせてもらった2つの質問ですが、どちらの回答もよく覚えてないでしたよね。
はい。
参考までに。あなた、昨日全員にお会いしてますよ。
Shit.
4人で楽しそうに歩いてたじゃないですか。石段のところで。
The hell?
私がこの目で見てますから。
Oh yeah, it's true. I caught my breath, and my heart seemed like it was about to stop. The detestable person. He knew, and he was testing me.
ではまたお会いしましょう。良いお年を。
Wait, who's dead? Who was in the oil drum? I sat there like a rock unmoving until I could no longer hear the cracking sounds of their footsteps. Wait, who's dead? Why the hell did... Mion asked the same questions, and so did fucking Oshi. Why? Why the hell did they say these exact same fucking questions? What does it mean? The fuck? I was on my way back home. The cries of the Higurashi accentuated the already one-way evening. More time had passed than I thought. The orange of the dusky sky was being chased down little by indigo color approaching from the east. Exhausted from the slow climb towards Himizawa, without even noticing, I'd gotten off my bicycle and was pushing it up hill. I don't understand any of this. No one had told me to my face I had done something wrong. No, in fact, it might have been much easier on me that way. What happened yesterday really was just my curiosity. It really was no more than a quiet prank, no more than having the courage to cross at a red light as long as he did it with other people. Storehouse for ritual implements, hollowed ground only accessible to the family of the priest. For sure, I'd seen terrifying things that I never imagined would be there. Thinking on it now, though, didn't matter what was stored away inside. Didn't make the wrong I had committed any more right. What the four of us did, Mion seemed to know about it. For some reason, even the police were trying to learn what the four of us did. Did we do something so bad? Really? It doesn't matter how wrong it was. I did something wrong. It was nothing more than that, and yet I couldn't accept it. I didn't apologize to Mion or Oshi-san. All I did was shield myself with ambiguities. I did something wrong yesterday. I set foot into a forbidden storehouse for a little bit of mischief. I forget everything I saw in there. I won't ever do something like that again, either. I'm sorry. If I apologize like that, would they forgive me? Suddenly cool evening air left no room for such statement. However, as it mercifully chilled my feet, urging me to head home as soon as possible. In the end, the evening air was correct. If I trudged along such an isolated road, regrets would pile on top of regrets, but nothing would change. Let's go home. I'll go home, I'll go to my room, put on my favorite music or something, and go to bed. That might sound plain and boring, but it's probably as strong as I felt all day. Now that I've made a decision, there's no point in dawdling in a place like this. I sat back on my bike. I pushed hard on the pedals. I rapidly advanced forward. I suddenly gained speed. The wind was cutting and mercilessly cold, but it actually felt good, as if it were softly punishing me. I didn't eat much dinner before excusing myself early and returning to my bedroom. My mom called me from downstairs.
電話よ。園崎さんから。
Sonozaki? Was it Mion? No, it was Shion. I just remembered. She had something she wanted to tell me today. But she said I had interrupted us, so she didn't get the chance. Shion had said she'd call tonight.
もしもし、シオンか。
どうも。今日は災難でしたね。
She said it so plainly that I got a bit annoyed. She was the one who left me there and ran.
そんなこと言わないでください。私、ケイちゃんに一緒に逃げようってサインを送ったじゃないですか。なのにケイちゃん、ボサーっと残っちゃって。
ボサってことはないだろう。シオンがあっという間に置いてきぼりにしたんで、あの後俺は大石のおっさんにたっぷり付き合わされたんだぜ。
そんなの、私に愚痴られても困ります。
I can't believe she passed it off like that. She looks just like me, and yet inside she's this different. Got a little irritated myself when I realized I was, somewhere in my mind, hoping for the same reaction I would get from Mion, even though she's a different person.
ああ、悪かったよ。次からはシオンを置いてくぐらいのつもりで、真っ先に逃げ出すようにする。
できればレディーファーストでお願いします。
Shion laughed refreshingly. When I heard her voice, I realized that she wasn't really that angry or anything. It was just as she said. The cause of my temper was because it was my own fault for not leaving immediately. I'll stop blaming it on others. Blaming it on others would be...
それより、俺に何か話があるんだろ？
はい。もしも、もう知ってるなら、改めて言うような話じゃないんです。知ってますか？
Shion lowered her voice suddenly as if she was glancing around. I had no idea what I could already know.
悪いけど、何のことかさっぱりわからないぞ。ヒントくらい出せ。
ってことは、知らないみたいですね。
She seemed to take my stupid sounding question as evidence. However, her voice didn't sound disappointed or exasperated in the slightest.
実は、昨日の綿流しのお祭りの晩なんですけど。
My entire body jolted as I was assailed by a terrible feeling assailed. Is Shion going to ask the same thing?
もしもし？ケイちゃん、聞いてます？
ああ、聞いてる。昨日の晩どうしたんだよ。
私たち4人、入ったじゃないですか。
She didn't beat around the bush. Whether or not I wanted to admit it, that was the actual honest truth, and I couldn't act like it hadn't happened.
それでその後、みんなで歩いて、石段のあたりで私たちみんな別れましたよね。
Is this really Shion?
高野さんたちは沢に行って、ケイちゃんはその場に残って、私は親類の人たちのところに行っちゃって。
ああ、それがどうした？
お互い質問の返し合いになっちゃうと拉致が開かないんで、いいですか？
ゆうべ、富武さんと高野さんに会いませんでしたか？
はい。
What the hell?
あの後、あの二人には会いましたか？
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't surprised. This is the first time I've been asked this question today. Why? Why? What the hell was going on?
どうしてだよ。だからどうしてそれを俺に聞くんだよ。
ほらほら、ケイちゃん、質問は私からのはずです。答えてください。
シオンはあったのか？シオンが先に答えたら俺も答える。
My shabby response betrayed how scared and small I felt now, after everything that had happened today. Shion didn't say anything for a few moments. Just as I was beginning to think that I really put my foot in my mouth with that response, she finally answered me.
もちろん、
会ってません。一緒にいた親類が証明できます。
俺だって会ってない。証明って言うならミオンとかレナとかみんながしてくれる。
Now that we knew our answers matched, she let out a sigh that sounded more relieved than anything else.
正直に答えてくれて。じゃあ言いますね。
Are they dead?
昨べ高野さんと富武さんが死んだんだそうです。
Both?
ごめんシオン、今なんて言った？
昨べ高野さんと富武さんが死んだんだそうです。
You're saying
高野さん
both.
は焼死体で、
That was Takano?
富武さんは自殺みたいな感じで。
Oh shit.
今朝知ったんです。
Suicide.
お父さんが親類の人からの電話で話してるのを聞いて。
So they're both dead. And not disappeared. We're talking about them disappear. Shit. Late last night, a police car on its way back from festival security duty had discovered Tomiki-san laying in the middle of the road, heading towards Okayama. He had clawed out his throat and died. Oh shit. Oh shit. If he died the same way, then...
なんだよ、喉をかきむしっての自殺って。
So wait, if Tomiki died the same way, that means in the previous timeline, Takano was just burned to death in an oil drum. That's why her body was outside of the prefecture, so the police would never find it.
あの明るそうな富武さんが自殺？
Son of a bitch.
何かの間違いだろ。
警察がちゃんと検視したんです。自分の爪でガリガリと喉をかきむしって血管を破いて血をドバドバ出して、
That damn drug.
自分の血で溺れ死んだんだって。
そんなバカな自殺聞いたことないぞ。自分の喉をかき破るなんておかしすぎる。
I realized I was yelling too loudly, so I lowered the force that was pouring into my voice. I didn't want my parents to hear me, so I switched to the cordless phone and went up to my own room.
大声出してごめん。で、高野さんも自殺なのか？
高野さんは自殺かどうかちょっと。
Takano-san's body was found in the mountains of Gifu Prefecture. Employees at a rest stop nearby reported to the police late that night that they could see flames in the mountains. Firefighters dispatched there were the first ones to find her. An autopsy concluded that it was the burned corpse of a half-naked female. They initially considered the body beyond recognition, but directly after there was a request for a dental comparison from the XX Prefecture Police Station in Okayama. The results concluded that it was Milo Takano. The cause of death wasn't confirmed, but it was highly likely to have been a homicide, since she was in her undergarments and her clothes were nowhere in an area. Half naked.
灯油管が転がってたそうなんで、焼身自殺の線もあるそうです。
I very much doubt that, but what the fuck?
自殺なわけあるものか。同じ死ぬならもっと楽な方法がいくらでもあるだろう。
Plus, burning to death, that is like one of the worst ways to die.
こんなの絶対に自殺なものか。
私だってそう思ってます。富武さんのだって自殺だなんて考えられない。
But here's the thing. If they were murdered for stepping into the storehouse, what about me and Shion? What the fuck's going to happen to us? After the two of us rattled on at each other, there was a silence as we paused to catch our breaths. And as we calmed our nerves, right then I understood what Shion's story actually meant.
お社様のたたりってことになると思います。私たち、たたられるのに十分な資格がありますから。
資格って冗談じゃないぞ。別に俺は。
Shion wanted to see it with me. I just went along with her. I tried to say that, but it fell silent. Nothing would come of me blaming others. Didn't matter how much everyone else encouraged me, I could have put my foot down. I lost my own half-assed sense of adventure and agreed to go in with them. Yes, it was my fault and no one else's.
シオン、お前は昨べ細工殿の中に忍び込んだらこうなるかもしれないと予想はついてたのか？
まさか。そりゃ 多少はヤバいとは思いましたけど、こんなことになるなんて夢にも思いませんでした。
Chion's words were probably her true feelings. She knew she could get in trouble if we were caught, but that was all the thrill of this little adventure. It was the same for me.
それよりもケイちゃん、ちょっとよく考えてください。今年のお社様のたたりはおかしくないですか？
Yeah, both people died. Well, both bodies were found. It was already pretty strange seeing as how Tomiki-san and Takano-san died like that. Given all that, what could possibly be stranger?
死体が2つ見つかったってことです。言いましたよね。例年は1人が死んで1人が消えるんです。2人の死亡が確認されたのは今年が初めてです。
確かにそうかもしれないけど、そんなのは大した問題じゃないだろ
う。いいえ、ケイちゃん、もっと真剣に考えてください。いいですか？2人の死がお社様のたたりということになってるなら、お社様の怒りを鎮めるための生贄もまた2人分必要なはずなんです。
If two people were sacrificed and two people needed to disappear.
そういう理屈になるのか？じゃあなんだよ。富武さんと高野さんが死んだ陰で、今年は2人が行方不明になってるってのか？
And who are the main prime suspects, Kachi? I don't understand why, but when I said that, I felt my spine freeze.
まだ誰も行方不明になってないと思います。多分2人が失踪するのはこれからじゃないかと思うんです。
Shit. Shion, like me, was obviously getting the same feeling crawling down her back.
これから2人が失踪する？
Shion didn't answer. I couldn't say no any more than that either. The chill crept in through my clothes and tried to wrap into a fist around my heart, cold hands feeling about on my chest. Neither of us could see anything. Tomiki-san opened the lock and died. Takano-san exposed the ritual storehouse and she died. If two more people were to be sacrificed, then they would be none other than the ones who entered with them. None other than us.
まさか冗談だろ？
I wanted so much for her to pass this off as a joke, even now, that though was shown such an incredibly difficult and selfish response. Crust. If Tomiki-san and Takano-san had died in a common way, like a car accident, I could tell myself it was coincidence. Instead, he crawled out his own throat and she burned to death, drowned in oil in the mountains. The two deaths were so out of the ordinary that I couldn't possibly dismiss it as mere coincidence. It was as if, in exchange for sneaking into the ritual storehouse, there must be someone punishing us, some sort of cruel will lurking behind the scenes. Even so, I still didn't want to accept that terrifying truth. If I did, then I would have to acknowledge that a horrible crisis was growing near for Shion and I. That's why I argued against it. I argued knowing I was running away.
大地、そんなの新聞に出てないぞ。そんなに奇怪な事件なら絶対に新聞やテレビで報道するはずだろう。
Still confirming that.
雑誌記者とかだって面白がって大勢来るに決まってる。
マスコミに報道されないのは当然なんです。過去にそうだったから。
Yeah. When the incidents occurred for the third year in a row, there were some third-rate magazines that sniffed out the story and ran issues full of gossip and columns about Himizawa. Fearing that the region would develop a negative stigma, they negotiated with the prefecture and the police. Since last year it became a big conspiracy, where no information about the incidents were allowed to be leaked to the media.
村長とか、あと園崎家出身の金バッジが警察に思いっきり圧力をかけたんだって聞いてます。
じゃあつまり2人の死は秘密裏に処理されてしまったということか。
Son of a bitch, man.
そういうことです。もちろん警察は捜査をしてますよ。でも秘匿捜査ということなので、捜査活動にはかなりの制限が加えられているそうです。これは事実上の捜査妨害と言えるでしょうね。
The story was unbelievable. People died, and yet they don't publicize it and deal with everything in
もっ
secret.
と噛み砕いて言うと、綿流しの夜に誰が死んでも公にはならないということです。
It's fucked up.
そんなバカな話があってたまるか。
ケイちゃん、私以前にお社様のたたりは 村人が起こしてるかもしれないって言いましたよね。つまりそういうことなんです。このひなみ沢では毎年綿流しの夜にお社様のたたりということにして誰かを殺してもいい土壌がいつの間にか作り上げられているんです。
Oh, fuck. When someone dies at the night of Monogatari, it turns into the curse of Oshiro-sama. The curse turns into the serial murder incidents. In order to avoid extirpating the negative stigma surrounding Himizawa, those incidents are dealt with in secret.
バカな。毎年死者と行方不明者が出るんだろ。いくらマイナスイメージって言ったって警察にも限度があるだろ
う。毎年の事件が不可解って言うなら警察も本腰を入れられるんでしょうけど、何しろ毎年の事件は個別に解決してますので連続事件という形にならないんですよ。たまたま毎年綿流しの晩に不幸なことが起こる、それだけのことに。
Most of the criminals responsible for the original dismemberment were arrested. The last one managed to get away and stay away, but the events were totally exposed and elucidated, so it was, in essence, resolved. The damn supporting couple who died in an accident on the second year, that was an accidental death, plain and simple. They made a lot of investigations into the possibility of it having been a homicide, but they didn't turn up anything. It ended up as an incident. It was resolved. On the third year, the police fell ill and passed away. There were doctors present at the hospital at his deathbed, and they all had trustworthy medical certificates. They even did an autopsy and concluded that it wasn't a homicide. That was resolved too. On the fourth year, the sister-in-law of the damn supporting couple was murdered. The criminal was an abhorrent man with a history of regular psychostimulant usage. He confessed that he thought Oshiro-sama's curse was so interesting he wanted to try it out. The criminal died of an accident while imprisoned, so this incident was essentially resolved as well. That's right. None of the incidents had any relation to another, and each was independently resolved.
なのになぜか毎年綿流しの晩に不幸な偶然が起こる。
If it happens 4 fucking years in a row, it's like, it's not a coincidence.
連続事件にしたくても連続にならないんです。それでも毎年必ず誰かが死んで誰かが消えていく。
Exactly. The story Takano-san told me on the day before during the setup, now that the curse had really had occurred this year, I couldn't just laugh it off.
じゃあ俺たちも狙われるっていうのか。毎年一人死ぬと一人が消えるように富武さんや高野さんの道連れに消えさせられるっていうのかよ。
My lips had at some point become completely dry, and just saying that was difficult. Shion didn't respond. Her silence, however, was the cruelest form of confirmation she could give me.
俺たちそれは確かに入っちゃいけないところだったかもしれないが見ただけだぜ。何かを盗んだり持ち出したり見たことを誰かに喋ったわけじゃないんだぜ。
I was already regretting having committed such a wrong. Even so, was it really so bad that Tomoeki-san and Takano-san deserved such cruel
第
deaths?
一俺はあんなの見ても全然面白くなかったし高野さんが見て一人で大喜びしてただけだろ。悪いのは高野さんだけだよ。俺は全然関係ないぜ。興味もないし関係ないしあの中にあったものだって知ったことじゃない。
I knew saying so wouldn't solve anything. I could feel myself, my cold self, in the innermost depths of my heart, disgusted at my pointless howling. However, my emotions had broken through the dam, and I couldn't stop them anymore.
俺はもともと興味なんか全然なかったんだ。リカちゃんの演舞を見ていたかっただけなんだ。それをシオンが勝手に連れ出したんじゃないか。あの二人が泥棒しようが何しようが知ったことじゃない。そうだよ。そもそもシオンが中に入ろうって言い出したんだ。ケイちゃんは見ておく必要があるとかなんとか思わせぶりなことを言って中に引き込んだんだ。どうしてくれるんだよ。俺は全然関係ないんだぞ。どうすんだよ。どうすんだよ。どうやって責任を取ってくれるんだよ。おい聞いてる。
Quick. Without any warning, The phone cut off with a soft sound of a receiver being slammed down. Chian was just as terrified as I was. Just said some really self-centered things. My wild up emotions disappeared as if they never existed. Their poise surged waves of deep regret at having won my mouth so irresponsibly. I could try to call out Chian's name from beyond the disconnected phone, but it was too late. What have I done? Chian was only trying to tell me as much as she could about this thing about to descend upon us. As for me, I could only whine like a child about it. I went to call her back, but then remembered she lived in Okayama. I didn't know her phone number. Since I had declared to Mion that I hadn't seen Shion last night, I couldn't just call Mion and ask her for Shion's phone number. I was too scared. I couldn't even call her back. I was stricken with hopeless regret. I returned the receiver to its stand, and I simply prayed that Shion would call me back again. Please, Shion, calm down and call me again. Ring, 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 ring.
もしもし、前原です。
I swept up the receiver as though it wouldn't go through if I didn't grab it at that exact moment.
前原さんのお宅でしょうか。
The hell?
夜分遅くに失礼いたします。君吉と申します。
Kimiyoshi?
ご主人様でいらっしゃいますか？
The hell? It was the voice of a girl who really wasn't Shion. All my hopes washed out of me.
いえ、違いますけど、親父に用なら呼んできます。
I went to put the receiver back down, but the caller suddenly hurried away.
あ、いえいえ、お忙しければ結構なんです。
What the hell is a young girl trying to get dad?
実は恐縮なんですが、うちのおじいちゃんがお邪魔してませんでしょうか？
Excuse me?
いえ、誰も来てませんけど。
Old man?
そうですか。夜分遅くに申し訳ありませんでした。失礼いたします。
Quack. I don't know who that was, but what if Shion tried to call me while I was on the phone? I thought, bubbling in egotistical anger. No, hey, wait. Give it a break, Ketchimaru. These are the selfish emotions that made Shion mad at me, aren't they? The more I thought about it, though, the more I thought about that Shion had given up hope in the short time since we had our conversation and didn't want to call him anymore. No. Let's go back to who the fuck was that? And why did she mention an old man? Huh? Calm yourself, Ketchimaru. If Shion does call again, then first apologize in a calm voice. If you do that, then Shion should understand. However, no matter how long I waited, the phone didn't ring again that night. Old man? Wait, old man? What the fuck? Who the fuck was that? Old man? What? The fuck was that? That has to be important some way. No. What the fuck? Oh, we got some tips as well. But I think we're gonna check that out next time. Yeah, baby. What the hell was that phone call? That's the most confusing thing out of this entire session so far. What the hell has my old man visited you tonight? What the hell does that mean? Anyway, if you guys enjoy this type of content, hit that subscribe button. If you liked it, hit the like button. Want to tell me something? Put it down in the comments below. Want to check out the Discord server I hang out in, or my Twitter? Check the description below. Yeah, this has been Voidlego. I'll see you guys next time. See ya!
Have you ever wanted to play? You could meet people and kick them in the face. Well, I got news for you.